Hello viewers, this is Matt Gordy with Lacrosse Promise Future Centers, and this is another entry to our virtual library. Today we'll be looking at undecided major, no problem. So a lot of students come to the future centers or meet with their counselors or teachers and really worry about the idea of enrolling in college without having a specific major or career outcome in mind, and so we're here to say that's okay. So here are some of the misconceptions that our students deal with. I don't know what I want to study. I don't know what career I want to pursue. I don't want to waste my money. Or what if I change my mind? And these are reasons to take a gap year or go into the workforce for a while and wait until those things solidify for them. And that's not necessary. Is it possible or worthwhile to take an alternative route? Sure. But those are misconceptions for reasons to not apply or to not enroll. So, what are the realities of this situation? Most students change majors. The statistics tell us that in a 4-year degree, the average college student is changing their major at least 3 times before graduation date. And so that doesn't necessarily mean they go from saying I'm studying engineering to English to exercise and sports science. It might be going from biology to chemistry to pre-med. All right, so just shifting those pieces a little bit. And so what are some of the things that you have to help develop you and solidify your decisions? Well, you have general education credits that offer you time and value. And so just to take those in pieces, the time part of that is the fact that most colleges, you're going to have about 2 years worth of gen ed credits. And those credits are going to help you understand the world, how the world connects, how different disciplines connect, why we are the way we are, and how all of these different areas of academia are worth you having some knowledge in. And so by taking those classes, it might steer you in a direction saying, I never thought about doing philosophy, but that philosophy course was really great and I want to go in that route. Or I really thought math was for me, and after taking my gen ed math, I can't imagine spending a whole career or a whole college experience advancing my math. As well as those have a lot of value as well. So when you take those classes, a lot of those will end up trickling into your major, and they will prepare you or be prerequisites for other advanced courses within your major. So a lot of students say, I hate that I have to take these, and these are useless or pointless. And in the end, they aren't. They are being used to fulfill graduation requirements, whether it's because they are gen ed credits or because they actually fit into your major as well. And it's really great when they can do that. As well as be aware of it, your 18 to 21 years old range, your brain is so rapidly developing, your cognitive development is off the chart. The person you come into college is likely not the person who's coming out of college. And you're going to change, you're going to develop, and you need to be willing to be flexible with yourself as you grow, develop, and change as a human being. You have academic and career advisors on those campuses to help you with the fact that you don't have a major solidified at that point. On the academic advisor side of things, if you go into a college undecided, you oftentimes are actually flagged as a student that they want to take care of, knowing that they know that students are feeling unsure about themselves when they haven't declared a major, and that might be a reason that they leave college, and they don't want them to do that. The advisors don't want you to do that, and so they're going to work closely with you to say, how can we help steer you in directions? How can we help test out what your interests and passions are? On the other side of things, you have career advisors. So if you don't know what you would do with a certain degree, those career advisors are there to point out who are the major employers of people with that degree, what can you do with that good degree, what are the options that you didn't even know existed for careers within that program of study, and so use those people to your advantage too. Some colleges will call this a meta major, but when you haven't declared something, they'll help like hone in on what are your interests and then start taking a lot of coursework in those areas so that you are studying the stuff that you're passionate about, or you feel like you're moving in a direction. Like I gave the example of biology to chemistry to pre-med. And so they might say, okay, it sounds like you're a real science-based person. So let's take a lot of these courses in this area so that when you do declare that major, you have started to knock off some of those pieces that are going to be required for graduation. And then remember that degrees are flexible. People can get hung up on, without the perfect degree, they're not going to hire me. By you getting your undergraduate degree, you're saying, I've got a skill set, I've learned to learn, I know how to have expectations of myself. I know how to have success, and then it's your job with something like your resume and your interview to demonstrate how the knowledge that you took in college is going to serve that employer well. All right, and so don't panic that this certain degree isn't going to get you what you want. All right, explore that with your academic advisor. Explore that with your career advisor. Furthermore, so when you're making some of these considerations and where would you go to school when you are undecided, does the college offer your top choices? So like I've pointed to, that there's a good chance you will change your major along the way. And so does it have your first and second and your third option? If a school's got your top 3 choices, that's a really good fit. It means you've got a backup plan and a backup to the backup plan. If a college only has the first thing that you're thinking about, you better be very confident that that's what you want to do with the rest of your life. Otherwise, you're going to face changing majors to something you're less interested in, or you're going to need to transfer. And that's not a bad thing, but I know students don't get excited at the prospect of transferring. Going right along with that, know what your transfer options are. Actually, there are more students transferring now than ever before, and that's for any number of reasons, whether they're transferring from a 2-year school to a 4-year school, or a 4-year to a 4-year, and just making sure that they're getting the degrees done the way that they want to get them done. And then what you might want to look in, what are the general education requirements, so that you can figure out what are you going to be studying those first couple of years, and are you going to have a good buffet to sample from and to try different ideas and courses out that are going to help you understand what you might want to study. And then finally, the traditional college student idea is a myth. That idea of you enroll right after high school, you go for 4 years, you graduate with your degree, and you enter the workforce and do that the rest of your life. It's sort of a thing of the past. Know that students are taking gap years. Students are stopping out. They'll do a year or two, stop for a year or two, and then come back and complete that degree. They're starting at 2-year institutions and then transferring to 4-year institutions. They're starting at one 4-year institution, and because of life changes or program changes, they transfer to another institution. So you're not weird or in the minority if you're somebody who is making changes that really shake up what your college experience is like. That should be something that you embrace and are excited about. And so just a reminder to you, as always, that Haley Moe and I are your Future Center advisors, and we're here to help you out. And so if you are going through that turmoil or that stress of what do I do, what do I study, what are my options, we're happy to discuss those things with you. Please reach out. Please coordinate with us. And finally, please stay connected with us. We have our Future Center website. We have a Facebook page. And we have all of our videos in our YouTube library. Please use those resources to your advantage, and don't be a stranger. Take care.